Pears at first. And then there's oranges. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have a brand new whiskey from Glenlivet. Here on my cask, it's the Glenlivet Founder's Reserve. It was published or introduced into the market early 2015, in February, I think. And we already have a video of the official introduction of the Glenlivet. And well, this one is called the Founder's Reserve and traces its roots back to the founder, to George Smith, who founded the Glenlivet Distillery. No, it was founded long before, but made it legal as the first whiskey distillery in the Speyside, I think, in 1824, when licensing began. Well, the reason why this Founder's Reserve is on the market is a sad one, because in Central Europe, the 12 years old Founder's Glenlivet is drawn back from the shelves. The biggest market of the 12-year-old is the US, and well, the demand for this whiskey is so high worldwide, and especially from the US, that Glenlivet is no longer able to satisfy the needs of the whole world of the 12-year-old. So they issued this whiskey without an age statement as a successor in Central Europe for the 12-year-old. Good news for most of the visitors or the viewers here on YouTube. In the US, the 12-year-old will stay. Bad news for Europe. Hurry for the 12-year-old, it will be gone soon. I do not know if there will be a 12-year-old still in some parts of Europe. If so, then those bottles will increase drastically in price and will spread through the markets, through the common market of the EC. So that is still available, but will be, I think, 50% more expensive than today. So if you're like to have a bottle of 12-year-old Glenlivet in your bar, buy now. Well, have a look into the box. No, first. George Smith, the founder of the Glenlivet Distillery in 1824, was the first to produce a whiskey of such exceptional quality that it was soon widely acknowledged to be how a malt whiskey should taste, and rightfully earn the name the Glenlivet. The Glenlivet Founder's Reserve brings new life to the time-honored and celebrated style of the Glenlivet. At the heart of the Glenlivet style is its classic fruitiness, the result of the unique white lantern-shaped stills favored by George Smith. For the Glenlivet Founder's Reserve, this fruitiness is brilliantly complemented by selective use of American first-fill casks, creating a malt of exceptional smoothness, the very quality for which George Smith, the Glenlivet, was widely admired and appreciated in his days. Color, pale gold. Nose, delicate aromas of citrus fruit, notable sweet orange. Palate, sweet fruity notes of zesty oranges and pears with a hint of candy, toffee apples, well balanced and exceptionally smooth. Finish, long, creamy and smooth. Oh, and colored with sugar caramel. Yeah, so it's pale gold and it's colored. How old is it? We will see. What I like is what every Glenlivet bottle has, an extra wrapping in paper. So if you have to make a gift to somebody, this one is preferred because it shows the receiver, well, extra wrap for you, very expensive, very special. And this bottle is a wonderful one. And 1, 2, 3, 4 labels on it, really expensive, well done. I like it. Pears immediately. And then vanilla. Pears at first. And then there's oranges, and behind a potpourri of citrus. So this is a dominant distillery character. There's no cask. Most of it is the distillery character. So this whiskey did not have the chance to mature for long in casks. In the back there is some vanilla, some caramel developing, but very light. Yeah. So these first fill American oak casks already work, already bring something into the whiskey, some notes, but not too strong. There's perhaps not too much time. We asked the officials from Glenlivet how this whiskey is. And typically you hear, well, not as old as the 12-year-old, but already good matured or something like this. Nothing. No word at all. And Glenlivet built a new still house, a huge one, really, I think 14 stills, more than 10 million liters per year in 2010. And if I count together the figures, today we write the year 2015. So this whiskey might be 3 or 4 years old out of this new still house. It's possible. Golden color and caramel added. And so fruity, which comes from the distillery character. Yeah. So, have a sip. Yeah. The distillery character is there, still very fresh, intense, and a taste I call the metallic youthness of a whiskey. So this one is young, from my personal view. This one is young. There is some oakiness showing up, yes. If you use a decent amount of first fill American oak casks, then they will work fast and bring some aromas, but the subtraction of these unwanted aromas in the subtractive maturation wasn't long enough, and the additional maturation where you add aromas from the cask wasn't long enough. So this one is young, and I dare to guess, I don't know it, as I said it, that this one is 4 years old, of the first casks from the new still house. The aftertaste is, well, quite long, but the creaminess, no. Creaminess comes typically from the ABV of a whiskey. So 45-46%, the whiskey has its highest viscosity from the mixing of alcohol and water. Alcohol itself is very light in viscosity. Water is also light, but in between, in the mixture, viscosity rises a lot. Therefore, you have the lags in the glass. If you have a more expensive whiskey, it will be closer to 46%, where the maximum is for viscosity. Yeah, and there's, of course, some oiliness in the whiskey. If you have a rough distillation, which brings over a lot of oils, but this one is so light and fruity, and that those oils can't come over. Yeah, from my point of view, no real successor of the 12-year-old. If it will, well, hit the market and find lovers in the market, Well, that depends on which target group you look at. If you bring this whiskey in the supermarkets and you compare this whiskey with a blend, then this whiskey will really count and will be bought. But if you put this whiskey in between 12 and 15-year-old others, it won't sell. So this is the problem with whiskies without an age statement. If it's well done and really good, then they will buy it. If it's medium, it will be hard. And if quality is lower than this one, they will fail. We will see how this whiskey will develop in the market. Hopefully, from year to year, the age of the whiskey will rise because the still house is working already heftily. Perhaps they produce more than they sell. I hope so. Thank you for watching. There's more to come. Stay tuned and feel free to give your comments on our social media and add your ideas and tastes of this whiskey to our whiskey database.